Final Fantasy 13 too. The story so far.
That's Vanille's voice.
Kupo! We have to figure out the labyrinth.
You'll be sure to arrive in the future you want. This must be the eclipse.
You know what this is?
Apparently Vanille is in this game. Time reversal unlocked. I'm still in this area.
Human society.
Oh yeah, so welcome to Final Fantasy 13 2, also known as get copyright claimed on YouTube, because this game is copyright claimed too. It's so great. Not that it necessarily matters for me, but you know, just throwing that out there that homie getting destroyed over here with the Final Fantasy 13 game. Okay. Well, I talked to you.
Kupo?
Come on, Mog.
Serenity Sachet.
Good job.
Remedy.
Any new discoveries? Any new...
On sunny days, I can't help but wish I didn't have to be at work. I suppose that's not an issue anymore.
Go, Mog.
And if I throw the Moogle over there, then everybody will run over there. I don't have to track them down.
I've been waiting so long to meet you. You two are the reason I've continued my research for as long as I have. Are those the two who came from the past?
This is a fal'Cie that was uncovered in these ruins. Seems he had a deep connection with the people of Padra. We've tried analyzing it with the Academy's equipment, but nothing yet. However, it does seem to react to another device that we found in these ruins.
Soldiers nowadays aren't.
Alright, now we can continue.
They put the future in our hands. We're in a position to build a society based on human technology, no longer subject to the whim of the fal'Cie. That's the gift we've been given.
How long has it been? 5 years? You two haven't changed at all.
I hope not. And here we are, meeting in ruins again.
Ruins are places where memories gather like dust. So many layers of time. Probably the easiest place for a paradox to occur.
Guests of yours, Director? Watch your step in there.
Thank you.
Isn't the Academy a research institute? Why do you need so many soldiers? Without the fal'Cie around, we have to be able to protect ourselves. And that means guns.
The time distortions spawn hostile creatures. Until we can resolve the paradox, we need military force to repel threats. These armed patrols are essential for our safety.
That way.
I was gonna say, do we see any sneaky stuff?
Awesome! Come on, Mog.
Was it there? I was like, there was a person over there.
I see.
You know, I wish you'd said where and when you were from the last time we met.
We just met. Relax.
It's hard to believe it's really been 10 years. So much time has passed.
After meeting me again, Hope seems lost in memories. What should we talk about?
I wonder how Saz and little Dodge are doing.
We've been out of touch. Saz took Dodge to live on Grand Pulse, and he was flying airships the last I heard. Then suddenly they both disappeared. I searched everywhere but never found them.
Look at us. All gone our separate ways.
Yes. And I can't tell you how much it means to have you here now. Saz and Snow may have set off on different paths, but I've started to think that, in the end, we're all headed towards the same goal. I'm glad to see you're doing well, Sora.
Actually, Hope, we were able to catch up with Snow.
Just 300 years in the future, if you can believe that.
I believe it. Good old Snow. I'm glad to hear he's alive.
He's alive, but he was trying to protect the Crystal Pillar by himself. The worst part was we had to leave without being able to tell him where we were going.
Have faith. I think I understand what Snow's going through. He's trying to save Vanille and Fang. Not to mention Lightning as well. We're only here today because they chose to bear the weight of a world. I wonder how the others are doing.
Hope, do you still think my sister is trapped inside that Crystal Pillar?
I always had doubts, and it wasn't just me. Saz had them as well.
Really? Saz too?
Yes. He couldn't believe that Lightning would just up and leave Sarah like that. After all, she was the one who said we shouldn't face things alone, that we should stick together. It's been 10 years already.
10 long years.
This is some kind of ancient city, right?
The city of Padra, or so we believe. It was the center of a great kingdom built by a nation known as the Farseers.
The Farseers? You're telling me there used to be enough of them to build this entire town?
According to our research, we believe they constituted an entire nation. A polity that was ruled by a Cirrus.
Can you see me now? Standing here in this place?
I can see you.
So this nation, Padra, their leader was a Cirrus, right?
Yes. The Cirrus would read the fates, see the future, and guide her country.
Yule.
I can't comprehend how people used to live here.
Here,
Thanks.
you've traveled through time. I suppose it's not surprising you know about these things. The power to rule was passed down from one Cirrus to the next. She was always called Yule.
If they could read time, why did they die out? Surely they could see the danger coming and do something to avoid it.
No, they were destroyed because they could see the future.
Why?
The Cirrus Yule foresaw the future destruction of this city. Some citizens wanted to try to avert the disaster. Others felt that they should simply abandon their homes and run. A few fell into despair and took their own lives. divided populace clashed. The nation was torn apart by civil war.
Being able to see the future is awfully dangerous. It can mess with people's heads.
Tell me about it. The nation fell apart, and the survivors fled into the wildlands, avoiding contact with others.
Huh. So you know the story.
Oh! Come on, Director Hope! I want to show them! It's okay to show them, isn't it?
This way. Here. This is what lies at the heart of our paradox. The Oracle Drive. We've been giving it careful study.
But how did you...
Wait. You know of these devices?
Oh, well, yeah. I've heard of them. In books and stuff.
The Oracle Drive appears to be some kind of recording apparatus from ancient times. We've excavated a number of the devices. However, the recordings depict things that cannot be possible. Perhaps you should see for yourselves.
This is how it works.
The device was excavated from an ancient part of the ruins. We used carbon dating methods to determine age. The device and the recordings stored within are several centuries old.
But it shows lightning.
Someone in the past recorded this vision of the future. Perhaps it was the Seeress Yule herself. What we're concerned about, however, is this. You'll have to excuse the image quality.
Hey, also shocking.
Was that my sister?
Yes, I think so. We need to conduct further analysis to be certain.
Is it broken?
No. We've tested both device and data, and everything is nominal. Yet, when we try to view the recording, we get this. Perhaps it's not the recording that's broken. It's the immediate space-time in which we are located.
You mean it could be the paradox? Because the surrounding space-time is twisted, that might be directly affecting the device. So, if the paradox is eliminated, space-time will return to normal. Then we could see the prophecy and find out where my sister is.
Yes, I believe so.
Right.
Here.
An artifact.
This object serves as a key, is that right? We tried to make it work ourselves, but with no success.
Yeah. We can use that to travel across time.
Then you may have it. I think it'll be far more useful to you than us. Here.
See, Noel's just keeping quiet. He is not saying a dang thing. And yeah, don't you just...
During the years that passed as we traveled outside time and space, Hope had devoted himself to his research, trying to unlock the mystery of the paradox. If the gates are the cause of the puzzle, they might also be the key to unlocking it. But I wonder, am I getting closer? Will I find lightning in the end?
Time to find that gate.
It was in the ruins.
Don't you just love how they hold out their hand to it? Like, how do you figure that stuff out? It's like, oh, I accidentally held my hand out to this device, and look, it activated. It's a mirable.
I think I'm a bit jealous of you, Sarah. You can travel to the past or the future, and if you find somewhere you like, you can just stay there.
Huh. I've never thought of it like that. I've been so focused on finding my sister.
Well, of course you are.
You understand why I wanted to show you the Oracle Drive?
I think I do. You've been looking for lightning too all this time.
Yes. It's not much of a clue, but I thought you should see it all the same. And I wanted you to see how far we've come.
Hope, have you ever heard of Valhalla?
I've seen the name in the Padron texts we recovered. A forgotten region, I think.
Was there anything more? That's the place where Noel met lightning.
I'm sorry. We've only been able to decode fragments. The only other thing we've found is a reference to some invisible or unseen realm.
Okay, guess we're moving on with our lives.
They found traces of what looks like a large-scale battle in these ruins. They uncovered piles of bones that were all scratched up.
They must have been fighting monsters too.
The thing is, the scratch marks suggested they were inflicted by people.
Ah. You have the technology to determine that they were clawed to death by people.
The Academy's troops are made up mainly of former Sanctum soldiers. My commanding officer even fought in Cocoon's capital city.
I'm collecting parts for my computer terminal. If you've got any, I'd be happy to buy them from you. What I really want to get my hands on is the battery used for one of the older models, like the kind they used on Cocoon. It wasn't a very popular model, so the parts are scarce. I saw it in a store window once. I got excited and ran in, but it turned out that the item had already been bought. Really? You'll help me try and find the battery? It might be an impossible task. I already called every store in the book with no luck. But if you say you can get your hands on it, I'll believe you. Thanks for doing this. You want to know what I'll be using it for? I'm a collector. I want to get my hands on all the retro electronics I can.
That's great.
If I could go back in time, I'd go back 10 years ago and try to stop Cocoon from falling out of the sky. Although, I guess that would mean we would be under the fal'Cie's rule again.
Well, we already did that, dog. You're a little late.
You're friends of the director, right? Don't let me get in the way of your investigation.
You're fired. Now you definitely can't get in the way of my
Make
investigation.
sure to watch your step when you're walking along the cliffs. It's a little embarrassing, but this one time, I accidentally slipped and almost went over the edge. At that moment, I was sure I was gonna die. Fortunately, help came right away, so the only casualty was my wristwatch. It's now lying at the bottom of the valley. It scares me to think that could have been me. I still miss that watch. It was an expensive one that had to be modified to withstand all the wear and tear of the outdoors. What a waste. You'll look for my watch? Are you sure? Believe me, I've tried, but have had zero luck. With the eclipse keeping everything in the dark, it's almost impossible to see anything around here. I doubt it's the best time to go searching.
I may have my faults, but at least I'm diligent.
Okay.
controlled the weather.
I get so many great ideas and inspirations at night.
The creatures that appear due to the paradox are foreign indeed. It's like the laws of physics don't even apply to them.
So that means they're from a different world or a different dimension?
Whatever the case, it's all conjecture. We don't have enough samples to prove anything.
I wouldn't be caught dead on Pulse.
There's a considerable time-space distortion up ahead.
Very curious what this red balloon thing is. Noel still hasn't told us about how that's Valhalla. He knows.
Here. This must be the gate Hope was talking about.
Maybe. Yeah? What?
There's something on your mind.
Yeah, well, sure, but it's just personal stuff.
Is it the Oracle Drive?
I guess you could say that. Kind of. But not exactly.
In that prophecy, it really was lightning, wasn't it?
Well, we can't be sure of that.
Okay, let's solve this paradox and find out. Sound good?
Guess I should have chose the CRS. Yule.
Something had been bothering Noel. And it had been ever since we heard the story about the Padre Cirrus Yule. But, of course, he wasn't the only one who was troubled. Was it really lightning I saw in the flickering images of the prophecy? The only way to find out is to go through this portal and solve the paradox.
Orba.
Erba, Gran Pulse, a land that bears the scars of ancient war, where flakes of crystal gather and shift like sand in the desert. The Academy has restricted access to this place because it is the homeland of the two heroines who turned to crystal and held Cocoon safe in the sky. It is a land that now, 200 years later, has been swallowed into a rift between time and space.
Future me is going to be so disappointed that I didn't cut out these loading screens. Kind of long.
What's happening? The world is falling apart.
Is this a future where everything has been destroyed? Or is it a distant past before the world has even come into being?
Space-time has doubled and twisted on itself. The past and future are tangled together as one, Kupo.
Paradox is affecting space-time itself.
Right. And we have to find out what's causing this.
was that created the paradoxes? Did they really want an empty, dead world?
In a world abandoned by the fal'Cie, the ones who were left behind craved nothingness, an empty world.
Where did you hear that?
It's just an old fairy tale.
In a world.
Something's not right here, Kupo.
Go, Mom.
Thanks.
You know, minimized. What's that too?
It's like a maze. A crossroads within the paradox itself.
In this space-time, the past and future intersect. I bet if we solve all these puzzles, we could dissolve the current paradox.
Now you're thinking, Kupo.
To escape this temporal rift, you must restore the bonds between the crystals of the same shape and color. If you press and hold X while on a tile that holds a crystal, a shining line will be drawn along your subsequent path. Simply move to a crystal of the same shape and color to connect them. The shape and color of the crystals will continuously change, so careful timing is essential. Once all the crystals have been connected, exit through the portal. Press X and hold when on a tile that holds a crystal. A shining line will be drawn along your subsequent path. Simply move to a crystal of the same shape and color to connect them. I'm definitely confused. Okay. Less confused. Doesn't seem so much of a puzzle to me. But sure. I recognize this area. Iraga. These are some hops.
That's my Mog. Go, Mog. It doesn't look like we can go any further this way.
If we can't find a rift, and we can't get working on the paradox, maybe we should try searching a different area.
Sorry.
Got a spider this morning. Need to go release that. A little too lazy to release it before the stream. All that is needed right now is to not forget. Kind of fought enough of you guys. Oh, look at that. The little robot homie is still kicking. Oh man, these guys were not very nice. The first game. Could have gone with another Firaga. Here is up, lady.
Bargains, bargains everywhere.
I don't think these are new. They are new. I could technically equip them. Serenity Sachet. Hoping that would be good. Don't have much money and not really interested in dressing up my my monster homies.
I'll have something extra special for you next time.
Okay, I wanted to test it out to see if I could do all that successfully. The answer to that question is no. That's the way, sucker, you sucker fool, this is your fault. Can't capture these, so no point in trying. Gotta get ourselves a little healthy here. While bringing up the chain gauge.
Too easy.
Probably a secret item in there. Vision's Gate Seal. Can't go inside the house. The map of Orla. Am I gonna eat today?
Another head scratcher.
Page 1 complete. Did I goof that one? Oh, no.
No problem.
Hey, we did it!
Splendiferous! I knew you'd do it, Koopa Koopa!
You didn't know nothing. Check yourself. All right, that one better be 5 stars. That's what I thought. That's right. We busted them up on that one. Out the way, sucker! See, I'm trying to go places. You didn't get this? Didn't I throw you back here?
You got this.
Got ourselves a painkiller. That's a great Tech 9 song, by the way. Well, at least I think it might not be your kind of song. It's my favorite Tech 9 song. This is what I like to call great. Okay. I don't know. We might not have this. Do we have you? We do. I need to get a commando that has launch. I gotta figure out. Oh, I need to go get the manual again and figure out how to unlock the special ability. Wow, that was my Firaga that just got tossed into the nether. For some reason, she just doesn't want to cast these AoE abilities that are going to hit multiple people.
That wasn't even a warm-up.
I have to do it for her. I don't think this was connected last time. Anybody can test. This is a fight that I have to babysit, unfortunately. Y'all can handle that, right? When you infuse a monster with the abilities of other monsters, it may eventually discover an additional hidden ability. Setting the characteristics of your monsters to create an undefeatable party. That isn't not what I was looking for. Ooh. Trying to figure out the locked ability. You know what makes this puzzle's really not anything at all? It's the camera angle. Makes this puzzle. If we had this over-the-top thing the whole time, which they are clearly capable of doing, I'm gonna knock this out in like 3 seconds. Oh, we got holes. Let me fall through them holes. Use Buckle Food. Anomaly resolved. Monsters, monsters, monsters. Not quite all the information I'm looking for.
Right on schedule. Now we find the gate and its artifact.
There might be other things to discover too. Looks like everything's back to normal.
You hear that? He's saying right on schedule. Right on whose schedule? And on my schedule. Of 38.
We did it!
I don't know how to unlock these abilities. Haven't fought you, I don't think. I have not. Try to do it as quickly as possible. Crystal, crystal, crystal. There's no crystal. Over here. Life is hard. Whatever. It doesn't matter. Nope, didn't get nothing. Go get that for me, please. How did you not get that?
We don't have the right arm.
Erba, this was their home. But now they're frozen in Cocoon's crystal pillar, never to return. They slept for centuries. And then they awoke again, in our time. Though they came from Grand Pulse, they became Cocoon's saviors.
So you're saying they traveled through time to save the future?
Yeah. I guess they did, in a way.
I don't know where you're getting that idea. They were fal'Cie. Or they were l'Cie. They even said as much. We even saw as much. I guess it's only one. Ought to be like 4. They immune to fire? We could throw like a Thundara though. No, like, come on.
Too easy.
I don't know if I had Feral Link, but I got it anyways. Didn't need it. Yeah. I saw something over there. Might have just been weirdness. Come on.